Okay, cool. There's Coca-Cola in my mustache. Today we're going to talk about flash, off-camera flash. And if you're using a Sony Alpha series, or at least a full frame, you don't have an on-camera flash, so that's what you got to work with. Let's see, I have a table right here, you just can't see it. All my goodies. So the first thing I ever bought was this guy. This is the Neewer, that's the brand, Neewer. Flash, strobe, I don't know what you call these days. It's a big boy. For me, I would not survive if I had to plug in my light into the wall. I can only work with batteries because I love to shoot on location. I don't have my own studio, and I love to shoot on location. I love outdoor shoots. I'll go in the middle of the street and shoot right there. It looks like we're somewhere completely different. It's pretty simple. You know, you put it in your light stand or C-stand or whatever you have. Comes with a nice hood, or you can put it right onto your Bowens mount. It has these 3 marks for the Bowens mount. So when you want to put it on your softbox, nice little display, tells you everything. Even has a modeling lamp, which is nice. You know, if you're in a room, you only want one light on, you don't want ambient light to kill it. You put on your modeling lamp, and then when it flashes, the modeling lamp obviously turns off for the moment that the light was on, and it kind of gives you an idea of where the shadow would be cast. This thing is beautiful. I love it so much. It's powerful enough. This thing puts out, does it say how much it puts out? Oh, it puts out. I don't know how strong this thing is. It's stronger than my speedlights, that's for sure. These are speedlights. So this is, you know, your typical big boy strobe you'll see in a studio. They require these little transmitters that go right on top of the camera, right in your hot shoe. I wonder if this is the same one for this. Okay, yeah, this is why I stopped using it, because I think I broke it. That sounded really strong. It has a test button, just like all flashes do. They'll have a little lightning bolt button that lets you test out the flash. This one turns red when it's ready. Like that, whatever. This is pretty simple. It has little switches on the bottom where you can change the channel, the frequency that you're on. So you set them to the same channel, and then, you know, you can theoretically link up more than one device. I had a little trouble with that. It wouldn't link to my Neewer, the brand, speedlights. So what I just did, I would put these on slave, where it would use the infrared sensor, and, you know, when it catches the flash, it'll also go off, which does not work in the daytime. So, you know, nighttime you're good, but if you want to do a day shoot, you're screwed. And also, these do not have high speed sync, HHS. That's not that HSS, high speed sync, HSS, high speed sync. Which means with these, I think it maxes you out. Or I mean, it doesn't max you out because it's not a very smart transmitter, and it also won't automatically brighten the image for you. For example, this beautiful little guy is another transmitter. This is like a computer head transmitter. This is from Godox. It's pronounced Godox because it is Chinese. not Godox. This one, what I love about it is I can connect multiple of my Godox flashes, and I can even have them listed right here. I don't know if you can see that. And then I can change the power of each one individually just by going through them right here. As opposed to, you know, imagine you have like 1, 2, even 3 lights set up, and then even if your transmitter did hit all of them, you wouldn't be able to, you'd have to go up, you know, like let's say you're, you know, 10 meters away, and because you're shooting, you know, whether you're 70 to 300, okay, you're like, oh, I need to change the power to this flash. As you're adjusting your settings, you have to go all the way up there, you know, reach, let's say you have it in a C-stand, it's like hanging from the ceiling. You gotta get on the ladder, change, push the little button, go from 128 to 64 stop, whatever. This thing removes the need for all that. You just change it on here and you go, and then it even has you know, your little test button just like the other ones. It syncs pretty easy. I pretty much stopped using this. It kind of crapped out on me. I had one of my batteries stolen from my car, these big lithium ion boys, and I ordered a replacement and it sucked. It was a really terrible replacement. And I also had to get a replacement transmitter. The battery actually was not the issue, it was the flash. I guess I mistreated it. I got a nice crack on there. This was about $260. I think you can find it on Amazon. These are all Amazon products, by the way, as I already mentioned. I didn't do that. I bought it, it came with a softbox. It was a good starter kit, but the softbox is a pain in the ass because setting it up is a pain in the ass. It's not just a collapsible one where you can open and close. You have to pull out each little bar and like stick it in. If you don't mind doing that, then you go ahead and you get that one. But you can also buy some other ones. Let me see if I have one right here. No, I don't think I have them right here. I'll talk about softboxes later. But yeah, so about $266. I think it was like $3 something for this with the softbox combination. That was a good deal. Way powerful. You can beat the sun with this. You take it outside and you can get that exposure that you want. But these are just superior. I'm sorry. You could find newer flashes that do the HSS, the high speed sync, and all that means is that you can turn up your shutter speed all the way to 1/8000th of a second, which means if you're outside and your ambient light is just way too bright, bringing it up to 1/250th is not going to be enough to beat that sunlight. So you're going to have to go up to maybe 600th of a second on your shutter speed, and these will allow that. And they do that by actually sending the signal with a delay to the flash. So you'll notice when you hold down the shutter, instead of being an immediate response, an immediate click, it'll delay a couple seconds because it's sending the signal over, and then it returns the signal saying, hey, we're ready to shoot, and then it all shoots. So it actually shoots the flash earlier because it can't send signals faster. It just sends and makes the camera wait. Yeah. I think these actually cost the same, just about. They're like $60-70, the Neewer and the Godox ones. The Godox one is clearly superior, comes in a nice nifty bag that I don't ever use. Comes with this interesting like Velcro thing you can put on it, and then you can like wrap around this mask thing where you can put colored gels, and it's cool. I'm not really into all that stuff, but if you're creative than me, then it works out for you. Comes with a really nice cold shoe stand. You know, it's really useful if you want to just sit your flash on somewhere. You know, if you just have it on the side somewhere, really nice. This is a good one. I mean, I've seen some, like, it feels quality, you know, and even has the whatever threading size that is, the typical camera threading. Build quality is just about the same on both of them. I'd say the Godox one is a little heavier. It's a little more complex. I like that. Easy to connect the channels to your transmitter. Fairly simple. And yeah, you just need to get these Bowens mount attachments, which will attach to this. So this is what you build the softbox on, and then this is your typical Bowens mount, this 3-form right here, which will fit on just about everything. It'll fit on this, I think. Yeah. So the softbox this actually comes with is a kind of more ghetto one, where it points the light into the softbox, into the umbrella, and it gets bounced back. So the softbox is like this. It's like pointing that way, right? And then the fabric, the diffusion fabric goes in front of it, and you have to like open it each time you want to adjust the settings. It's just a total pain in the ass, and you have to go up to it. Superior. This was like $66. Totally worth it. 2 AA batteries. And also, when you put this on your camera, this is another thing that is crucial. When you put this on your camera and you turn it on, it compensates, or it gives you like a preview of a brighter image. So for example, you know, when you're shooting at super crazy high speeds, your image is going to be so dark because it hasn't flashed yet. But with this, it will brighten up the image. You could find some settings on, I use a Sony a7 III. There's a setting on there for manual shooting where it'll brighten up the image temporarily so you can see what you're shooting. If you can find that, that's good. You can put it onto one of your custom buttons and that works out. But if not, this makes everything so much easier, especially if you're shooting with auto. If you're shooting with auto, you can't use that function. So you're kind of screwed on that. These, beautiful, goes right on the Bowens mount. Goes right on the Bowens mount. And pretty simple, flash goes in there. And yeah. Yeah. And it's nice, you know, turn this down, whatever, or whichever way it goes, it gets out of the way. If you don't have a transmitter, you can, you know, point it in whatever direction you want, and if you're using slave mode, you can point it toward a reflective surface where the master might be. No, Siri, no. No! Jesus. I was trying to get some attention. Yeah, that's about it. If one of my flashes gets busted, which they already have, I had one of these guys a couple weeks ago on my C-stand. I have a full-size C-stand, and it was set up with the softbox, and I ran maybe like 20 feet away to grab the sandbags really fast to come back and sandbag it down. And by the time I got back, it had already caught wind because it's an umbrella, knocked over, and it smashed some of the buttons off. And it was like, well, yeah. And Godox makes nice boxes, very nice boxes. I respect that. That's important. Neewer, not that much cheaper. They're actually supposedly the same manufacturers. They all come from the same Chinese factories or whatever. So where's the newer version of this? And why is Neewer putting out these kind of half-assed, just no. Like, Neewer, get your shit together.